It took just a year for most Russians to cease in believing that their country is part of the European community of shared interests and identity. By the end of 2014, a conviction grew that most Western countries don't share the same basic values anymore. A detailed report by Russian Institute of Strategic Studies says the mainstream Western media are actively involved in what it calls an anti-Russian propaganda campaign.
Modern Russian policy is contrary to the national interest of the West, not even the United Kingdom, but Germany and the United States. These countries have their own geopolitical interest in the battle for Ukraine. Russia has found itself between a hammer and an anvil. Western media is staffed by highly qualified specialists and generally is easily operated. It's scary. National interests do not form such media policy, but primitive Russophobia.
This issue takes place just a few days after the EU extended its anti-Russian sanctions list to 19 more people and 9 new entities. Among them is famous Soviet and Russian patriotic singer and deputy Joseph Kobzon. A native of the Donbass, Kobzon visited and supported the refugees of his hometown and gave a charity concert in Donetsk in October last year. Experts say even at the height of the Cold War, the former Soviet Union was not facing such an intense media campaign waged against Russia.
I think it's hypocritically when we achieved a constructive dialogue, have developed a step-by-step to end the conflict plan, and a few days after, another portion of new sanctions announced. Only this fact alone demonstrates the true identity of those who have spoken out against Russia.
The current political situation in Ukraine has not served Moscow's best interests. Tensions between Russia and US-EU alliance have brought about sanctions for the Kremlin. Western media war against Russia will also continue to tarnish the image of the Russian government. And Moscow says its stance on Ukraine is designed only to defend Russia's sovereignty. Marina Kartunova, Press TV, Moscow.